Mr. Louis Chua.
Madam Deputy Speaker, I spoke on the Gambling Duties Bill last month, where I shared my thoughts on the higher casino tax rates and raising betting taxes, especially given the social objective of avoiding its excessive consumption. I have also raised concerns about the issue of problem gambling and of dedicating additional resources towards gambling safeguards and rehabilitation of problem gamblers. Pertinent points which I would like to reiterate today as we debate the Gambling Control and Gambling Regulatory Authority of Singapore bills. In my view, these bills are positive steps to stay ahead in an ever-changing gambling landscape with an increasingly blurred boundary between gambling and gaming. The reconstitution of the Casino Regulatory Authority with the rationalisation and consolidation of other government agencies such as the Gambling Regulatory Unit, Singapore Tote Board, departments within the police and MSF that are addressing social gambling problems to establish a single unified Gambling Regulatory Authority is an important step of consolidating resources to address gambling not just from narrow, segregated lenses, but taking a holistic approach to gambling policies and issues. One issue which I believe warrants attention is the blurring boundaries between gambling and gaming. Business models have adapted to changing customer preferences by introducing gambling elements that are traditionally not perceived as gambling, such as loot boxes in both physical gaming arcades and in virtual games, which my colleague, Aljunied MP Mr. Jarrod Giam has spoken about earlier. However, while physical gaming arcades are waning in popularity and ubiquity at our shopping malls today, with some game developers such as Epic Games removing loot boxes from Fortnite and other games, we can be sure that gaming developers will be moving faster than regulators globally in trying to innovate their ways to higher profits. One particular area of concern in my view is that of non-fungible tokens or NFT gaming. As it is, EA's FIFA Ultimate Team Packs, which are a form of loot boxes or surprise mechanics in the words of the company, have their benefits restricted to the in-game experience. And indeed, I note in the public consultation last year that the current regulations do not consider games of chance with virtual prizes as gambling, as long as there are no in-game monetization facilities that allow players to exchange virtual prizes for real-world payouts. However, when a picture of a monkey-looking board can cost as high as a few $1,000,000 and potentially having benefits in the physical world, then you know that the stakes and potential financial rewards from being successful in the NFT game are significantly much higher. NFTs may also be sold for cryptocurrency, typically Ethereum, which can then be sold for fiat currency eventually. On a more simplistic level, there are also actual gambling facilities in particular games where you can lose in-game currency purchased with fiat currency, like the casino in GTA Online. May I ask if the GRA has dedicated resources looking at not just loot boxes, but other evolutionary forms of games of chance or gaming activity, and how does the ministry intend to get ahead of the curve in monitoring developments in this area? This brings me to my second point on illegal online gambling. Even as recent as last week, I have received SMSs from local mobile numbers and WhatsApp messages inviting me to online casinos or to set up betting accounts for football or horse racing. May I ask, how is the ministry looking to clamp down on such activities, particularly as some of them may not be physically operating such syndicates within Singapore, but yet are clearly targeting locals? Next, I note the new offence of proxy gambling, which I understand was to close a loophole where there was a case in 2019 in which the individuals could not be taken to task as proxy gambling was not previously criminalised. In 2016, when proxy gambling was banned in Macau, it was reported in Forbes that the business had migrated to other countries within Asia. What safeguards and regulations are being rolled out to ensure that the two casino licensees are proactively assisting the government to enforce the ban on proxy gambling? And what penalties could be imposed if they are found to be negligent or even abetting such practices? And finally, the GC bill will specifically provide an exemption regime for social gambling among family and friends conducted in homes. I believe many households, especially during Chinese New Year, would be relieved to hear that mahjong, banlak, or blackjack sessions are not illegal per se. By extension, however, Singaporeans have taken to staycations, and if my memory doesn't fail me, I recall mahjong sets and tables being part of items that are available for loan at holiday chalets back in the day. Would social gambling at such non-home locations among family and friends fall under the exemption? At the same time, while it is not the government's intention to babysit individual behaviors at home, and most social gambling involve low quantum, low risk bets placed on a recreational basis, I wonder what form of safeguards and support mechanisms are in place for families where there could be serious and regular high stakes games in social gambling sessions or excessive social gambling sessions that results in gambling addiction. This could still have social costs which could just be as undesirable as other forms of gambling. While gamblers themselves or their family members can call the gambling addiction hotline to restrict themselves from the casinos, we probably cannot ban people from entering other people's homes on a daily basis. Madam Deputy Speaker, allow me to close in Mandarin. 全国预防试毒理事会2020年新加坡人参与赌博活动调查报告显示，18岁及以上新加坡居民中，44%在过去1年来参与至少一种赌博活动。虽然比起2017年的52%看似有些进展，关闭疫情下的限制或许是赌博比率下降的主要原因之一。自2005年以来，我国赌博比率仍然徘徊在50%左右。把赌场管制局重组为新的赌博管制局，加强赌博监管框架的同时，我们一定要正视问题赌博的根本问题，并继续投入额外资源，加强应对对问题赌博对社会的保障。当然，我也意识到我们华人有句话说"小赌怡情"。这次的法案也明确指出，亲戚朋友在家中面对面打麻将进行社交赌博不算违法。据我了解，警方将严厉打击任何趁机开展非法赌博活动的犯罪团体。但是，我也希望我们能为可能需要帮助的家庭提供更多的资源服务以及保障，以协助他们应对休闲赌博演变成问题赌博或者病态赌博的风险。Notwithstanding my clarifications, I support the bill. Thank you.